It's a constant source of amazement to me and many others that people will spend hundreds, if not thousands of pounds on the latest tackle and the latest bait in an effort to catch a carp, when really the first thought you should have, certainly at a time of year when they're filling up with spawn and getting close to spawning, is the carp's welfare itself. Yes, expensive tackle looks impressive, but most people will be more impressed with the way you intend to look after the carp you're going to catch. This is the Fox Easy Mat XL. I'm fishing lakes at the moment with big carp in, and I want to do everything I can to protect every fish that I catch. As I said, it shouldn't be an afterthought. The Easy Mat is an extremely lightweight piece of kit that packs away into its own little bag. I'm a very mobile angler. I can get that back in the bag in absolutely no time at all, throw it on the barrow, and then I'm moving on to wherever the fish are at that particular time. But most of all, it offers all the protection that you'll ever need for any carp you're about to catch. Spring and early summer are probably the time of year when the carp are at their most vulnerable. Not only will the fish be becoming active, but so will the parasites that live on carp, the viruses and the bacteria, and now's the time we need to take utmost care of them. If you arrive at a fishery and you find some fish in distress, first and foremost, put your gear back in your car, but inform the fishery owner, and the lake can be shut down and action can be taken. Along those lines, as the weather warms, the fish will start to spawn, and now they really are vulnerable. The best thing to do again, pack your gear in your car, tell the fishery owner, and by doing so, at least you can be sure in a couple of weeks' time when you come back, there'll be some carp to fish for. Now, once you've caught your springtime carp, there's nothing better than getting a really good photograph of it. But the last thing you want to be doing is messing about with camera equipment, weighing gear whilst you've got a carp on the bank. And the best thing I've found to do is to use the STR sling. An amazing bit of kit for retaining fish in, and most people want to use them these days. The STR has got massive panels of mesh that allows really good water transfer inside the sling. You've obviously got the two flotation devices at the top, very buoyant indeed. Carrying handles with loops for putting your scales on and weighing the fish, which we'll come back to in a minute. There's also a rope here for attaching it to the bank. If you put a fish in a retainer, the last thing you want to do is leave it in the boiling hot midday sun. Just push it under a tree and hopefully the rope will give you enough room to maneuver it there. Now, retaining fish, you shouldn't do it for a long time, but you should do it for long enough so you can get all your gear ready. And the thing to do is wet the sling itself, zero your scales, put your fish in it, transfer the fish from the net into it, weigh the fish, you can zip it up. There's a little catch on the top to secure the zip shut. So a lot of these things have got Velcros on them. For me, carp are some of the greatest Houdinis in the world, and they can bust their way out of Velcros very easily indeed. So make sure it's secured, make sure the fins are tucked away, carry it back to the water and just send it out into the water on the rope, underneath a tree if you can, anything to keep it out of the midday sun. Then you can get your camera ready. The last thing you want to do is messing about, as I say, with all that gear while there's a carp flapping about on the mat. As soon as you're ready, your friends come along to take the photograph or whatever, lift the fish gently out of the water, onto the mat, unzip it, and away you go with your photographs. The other good thing about that, again, especially this time of year when carp are filling up with spawn, is they've had a little chance to recover. The last thing you want with a heavily spawn-bound fish is it flapping around on a mat, and it could potentially do some damage to itself. The SCR sling, carp care at its very best. Biosecurity is a bit of a buzzword these days, and by biosecurity we mean not transferring diseases from water to water. So a lot of the onus is on the angler himself. You've put your carp on your unhooking mat and probably soaked it. You've used your weighing slings or your retainers to retain the carp for those photographs, and then you've moved on. It is no good just rolling it up, putting it in your car, leaving it in a hot environment, still wet, where those bugs will thrive, absolutely no doubt whatsoever, or throw it in a shed. They need to be dried in ultraviolet light. It is the only thing that kills all waterborne bugs stone dead. Dips are wonderful around fisheries. It shows that the fishery owner cares, but the iodine-based dips only kill at best 75–80% of the bugs and germs on those meshes. So as soon as you finish with your gear, get it dried out and keep carp protection at the forefront of your mind.
If you'd like to watch more videos from Fox Fishing TV, then click the link here. Or if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, then click the link here.